Good morning, dear students. Hope you all are safe and well at home by God's grace. Children, today we are going to start a new topic of tense, that is future tense. It is most important topic as we discuss many of the matters or future plans in this tense only. See, future tense refers to an action or a state of being that is yet to take place at the time of speaking. That means future tense, as we all know, is referred to a time which is going to take place before, means after what we are speaking. After that, the event or the action which is going to take place after we speak, that refers to future tense. Now there are three parts of future tense, but in this video we are going to discuss simple future tense and future continuous tense. Future perfect tense we will discuss in another video. Okay. Simple future tense. Simple future tense is used in order to talk about an action or event that is yet to happen. Okay. That means when we discuss anything or when we talk about anything in a simplest form related to our future plans or future prospects or anything else, that will be in simple future tense. So the structure is subject plus will or shall plus V1 plus object. See, remember this structure very well, because if the structure is correct, then only you can frame the correct sentence. Examples: I shall study now. You will miss the train. We shall catch the bus. See, the easiest part in this tense is that we don't need to remember that which subject should be used with which helping verb. You can use either will or shall. That means whichever you feel comfortable. But in the upcoming parts, I'll tell you where to use will and where to use shall. If you remember these things, then you can frame very meaningful sentences using will and shall. Now see what happens here. Use of shall and will. Now understand it very well. Okay. Subject, when the subject is I or we, that is in normal future. When we are talking about the normal future in the sense when we don't have any kind of emotions in this, means when we are not putting any kind of emotion in the sentence. Okay. So with I and we pronouns, when these pronouns we are using in the normal future, we use shall as the helping verb. And when we are using you, we, they, he or she as subject, will be used with them. Okay. Now when we are talking about strong future, that means any kind of emotion if we are going generating into it, what will happen? The structure will change. That means shall will be replaced by will and will be replaced by shall. That in place of shall, where we were using shall, we will use will. That is with I and we will use will. And with you, we, they, he and she, we will use shall. See, normal future is when we talk about plans, expectations and prediction. Okay, normal future means when we are predicting something, when we are expecting something, or when we are planning something, as I told you earlier. Okay, that is normal future. In normal future, for the first person pronouns, that is I and we, when they are coming as subject, we use shall with them always in the normal future. Okay. With pronouns like he, she, it, you and they, in normal future if we are talking, we will use will as the helping verb. Now see some examples. My birthday will fall on a Saturday next week. Okay, this is a normal future. There is no kind of emotion attached to it, because it may happen that it may come on Saturday, Sunday, whenever it is coming. I shall leave for Calcutta day after tomorrow. That means he is just predicting or she is just predicting that I will or I shall leave for Calcutta day after tomorrow. The event may happen or not. That depends on the situation. Strong future could be command, determination, promise or duty. Okay, when we are, as I told you, that when we are attaching some kind of emotions to the sentence, that is when we are giving a command or an order. Determination, we are expressing a strong determination, promise or duty. Then what will happen? We will reverse the use of will and shall. That is, in place of will, shall will come, and in place of shall, will come. That is, with first person we will use will, and with second person pronouns, that is you, she, he, it, they, we will use shall. Now see how. As I told you earlier that in normal future there is no emotion, but in strong future emotions are attached. Like for example, we shall wait for you. That means we shall wait for you. It is an obligation that we will means we have to wait for you. Okay, when we are talking about any kind of obligation or duty, that time what we will do? We will use shall with the second person pronoun when it is coming as subject. Is it clear? I will prepare for my exams this week. This is the determination which we are talking about, that I will prepare for my exams this week. That is the duty of that person, or of me. Means I am telling myself, means I am promising myself that I will prepare for the exam. So that's why I used will with I. Okay, understood this part? This is the most important part. Okay, so this you should understand well, that where to use will and where to use shall. Clear? Negative sentences. The structure is subject plus shall not or will not plus V1 plus object. This same normal future and strong future will be followed in negative sentences and interrogative sentences even. She will not discuss the matter with her parents. That means she has already decided she will not discuss the matter with her parents. Okay, that is her strong determination. That's why we have used will here. You shall not go out to play. That is an order which is given by the mother or parent or anybody elder in the house, that you shall not go out to play. Interrogative sentences. See, for request we use will. Okay, in interrogative sentences, what we have to remember, that we have to use will when we are requesting. Like the structure will be will plus subject plus V1 plus object. For example, will you get me a glass of water? That means you are requesting someone to give you a glass of water. So how you will say, will you get me a glass of water? For offer or suggestion we use shall. Okay, for any kind of offer, when you are offering something to someone or when you are suggesting something to someone, that time we need to add shall with shall first in the interrogative sentence. Shall plus subject plus V1 plus object. This is the structure. An example, shall we have pizza tonight? That means you are suggesting someone that shall we eat pizza tonight or shall we have pizza tonight. Shall I carry your bag? You are offering. When we are offering someone that shall I carry your bag or shall I take your bag, like that. Now comes future continuous tense. Future continuous tense means when the action will be going on in the future. Okay, it will start in the future and will not end in the future. It will be ongoing. Affirmative sentence, subject plus will be plus shall be plus V1 plus ing plus object. Here we have to add will be and shall be with the subject. Subject can be either pronoun or noun. It can be first person or second person. In both the cases, will be or shall be will be used. He will be going to market with his mother. Okay. Negative sentence. Subject plus will not be, shall not be, plus V1 plus ing plus object.